Hello, Jane. Hello, Rachel. Welcome to
Hello.
the stage. Glad to have you here. And I will also say welcome to those in the room who are going to get 10 minutes or so of chat from us all about CoCredo and how and why people might want to get involved with CoCredo. I'll also say hello to anybody who might be watching in our Facebook group or on YouTube. The world is our oyster. So away we go. Okay, so we have with us today Jane Bray and Rachel Smith of CoCredo, and I thought it'd be a good place to start is just actually tell people what CoCredo is, what you do, and also what you do. What are each of your roles within the business?
Okay. Hello, I'll go first. I'm Jane Bray. I'm the at CoCredo, so I promote CoCredo's products and services businesses. I'll tell you a bit about CoCredo. We were established in 2002. We are usually based over in Great Missenden, but obviously at the moment we're working from home. We're a credit reference agency. So if you think of obviously the likes of Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, that kind of thing, we are on the same level as them. We're obviously smaller, but we've won numerous awards over the years. So we won was 2019, where we, can you hear me okay? Sorry, I can hear myself talking.
Yeah, I'm hearing a little bit of feedbacky stuff going on, or echo, whatever, but...
Yeah, you can hear me okay. All right. So yeah, in 2019, we were the Credit Reference Agency of the Year for the Chartered Institute of Credit Managers. So for us, obviously, that was huge. Being a relatively small player in such a big industry. So we were up against the likes of Dun & Bradstreet, Experian. So for us, it was huge. So we offer credit reports in the UK. We offer credit reports internationally in 200 territories as well. We also offer discovered a couple of years ago the dual report, which is two credit reports in one, which might sound a bit odd to some people, but basically the reason we came up with it was we were finding that some of our customers were using two credit reference agencies to compare scores, and because obviously, as we know, much like a personal credit report, different ways of working out their credit scores. And so if you have a company that you're maybe a little bit unsure about, some companies are running two credit reports to be able to compare the two and then meet somewhere in the middle, perhaps, on the credit limit that they offer.
Okay, and from the way you're beautifully pitching the company, people won't be surprised to know that your role is marketing manager.
I am marketing manager, yeah.
Funny that, yeah, and do it well. So thank you. Rachel, your role?
Yeah, I am the partner manager at CoCredo, and basically I look after the whole of the Affinity program. So my job is really to organise the partners and also the introducers. So my day-to-day is sort of behind the scenes, looking after all the accounts that they have. The partner program I'll talk about, I think it's an excellent scheme, and it just basically allows people like yourselves, anybody within the sort of financial sector, financial advisors, we've got solicitors, debt recovery agencies, all manner of people. They can basically earn an additional revenue alongside their business, so it works really well.
Okay, so I'm going to come to that as question 2 in my real questions, or in, you know, the major questions. The first question I wanted to ask though was maybe for Jane to answer, but I'm happy for either of you to answer. I understand credit checking agencies, credit reference agencies, all that stuff. I used to run an office stationery company. We had you know, we'd raised 200-300 invoices a month, and we had lots and lots of different customers, all spending small money, some of them big money. So I used a credit checking agency because I didn't want to be in. That's not where I am now. Now I am a solopreneur. I'm not going to tell you how many invoices I raise every month, but it's not hundreds. And, you know, I already have a good relationship with the people who become. So firstly, if I was to use you as a credit checking agency, why? What am I going to gain out of it? And if you'll forgive me asking, what's it going to cost me? Because I'm just a little old solopreneur without a big budget.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, that's the question we get asked all the time. Why would I use a credit report as a small business? I think some people don't realise actually how little it costs to do a credit report. That's a misconception for us. I mean, we do credit reports, and I'm sure others do as well, you know, for a little as about £10. So it's not as much as you might think. And I think if you've got a client that you're looking to take on and you don't know much about them, you don't know much about their history, credit reports are a fantastic way at that price to just do your due diligence checks, look at the background of the company, and you're kind of protecting yourself against any risk. Really, nothing's risk-free, but you're kind of protecting yourself a little bit more than just going in blind. A boss years ago now, and he used to say to me, well, you know, why would I go on, why would I buy a credit report when I can just go on Company's House and look at the financials on there? Well, that's great looking for, but if you don't know what you're looking on there, pages and pages of financials, are they good? Are they bad? You know, what are the red flags that you should be looking for? I wouldn't know what to, you know, I don't know if you would.
Also, I do often look at the Company's House details on clients of mine, prospective clients of mine, and usually it says small, because I deal with small businesses, it says small company exclusion, and there's just nothing there. There's nothing going on. So presumably you're looking in other places too and collecting some kind of.
I mean, we're called a data aggregator, so that's what makes us maybe slightly bit different. Yeah, we're data aggregators.
I might have to look that up in a dictionary.
Don't say that after. But yeah, so we collate information from all sorts of different sources. So that's where we're not just relying on necessarily the data from Company's House. We're bringing in lots of different sources to our reports to make it kind of a more rounded report. You know, we have links pages, so if you're looking up a company, it takes you straight to that Google page. If you want to look, it takes you to Twitter. So you're looking outside of the credit report as well, in case you know, moment when you've got, you know, COVID and things like that, things are changing all the time. You know, if you look at their social media, you might just find out something a little bit extra that's just been reported. Google News, you know, the reports will take you directly to those places, so you haven't got to keep going to find the sources. They're all there for you in one report. And also what's lovely about the report, I mean, before I came to this company, I knew nothing about credit reports. I'm not from a credit background at all. But a company, they're so easy to read. You know, there's like a traffic light system, so you've got red, green, red, amber, and green. So you can see straight away if a company is a high risk company or not to work with, and you haven't got to go digging through the financials on Company's House. It's all there, so easily to find.
Okay, so before I turn to Rachel, that sounds to me like you do a lot of work, and if people do a lot of work, that usually involves a lot of money. And I don't want to spend a lot of money. Thank you very much.
No, I mean, as I said, the reports, you can buy a credit report for £10 and you can find out a great deal of information.
All of that stuff is included.
Yeah, there's 3 different tiers. So a level 3 for £10 is a level 1 for £10 is a basic report, but you get the credit you get the credit limit, so a recommended credit limit. You get credit risk index, you get payments beyond terms, and it tells you about CCJs as well. From a basic report. Obviously, the higher report you go, there's a lot more information included, and you can buy them one. You know, like you were saying, if you've just got a company that you just want to find out about, you can just do that. Or if you've got companies that you're constantly changing, you're constantly getting new customers on, you might want to buy a bulk package, which obviously makes things cheaper. But sorry, I sound like I am doing a sales pitch. It's hard to tell you about it without explaining it. But also, I think what's quite important is that we also do monitoring. So, for example, if you've run a credit report, you might, I don't know, 2 days later, the director might leave, which could be huge. So you get monitoring emails to tell you if there are big changes within the company. So, you know, that credit report is as good as the day it's done, of course. But obviously, if you've got monitoring, you're going to know throughout the year, for the whole year, you'll know any significant changes, which obviously at the moment with COVID and things like that, that's quite a good tool there to kind of keep you informed.
If people want to know more and want to know what a level 2 is and what that costs and stuff like that, I'll put contact details for CoCredo in the notes so that people can do that. Rachel, you sort of started to talk a little bit about the Affinity program there, which is a name I love. I like Affinity.
It's a good name.
So I'm not, if you'll forgive me, I'm not interested in being your unpaid salesman. I don't see why I would be, but clearly this program sort of makes me your paid salesman. So how does that work? How do I sign up? What do I get? Are there any minimum levels? Because I'm a bit wary about signing up and then I do one every 6 months and you hate me forever.
No, I wouldn't hate you. It's it's really, it basically is so simple to join. It's free to join, so you don't get many things for nothing in this world, but it is free to join. So it's easy. I just set you up. All you've got to do is sign an agreement, and then you're ready to go. There's 2 platforms that you can choose from. So again, you can decide to do both. You can see how you go. It's very flexible. So you're not signing your life away. We do the first one, which I think is great if you're busy, trying to run it alongside your normal business, is called the Introducer. And that's basically, as it says, you're literally just introducing, recommending and endorsing CoCredo. So this is why I feel like if you've got a load of contacts, you've got good contacts, you're well known within all sorts of different sectors of industry, that it could work really well. So yeah, all you have to do is introduce us. And for that, if they decide, if the deal is sealed, then you would earn yourself 25% commission on the profit on the deal.
Okay.
The Introducer.
25% is quite hunky.
It is. Obviously, the deals range in price. We've got accounts ranging from sort of a little as £250, but then we've got some accounts where we have introducers that have arranged those that are £300,000. So you can imagine if you're earning 25% on that type of account, that's a lot of revenue to come in.
And just to emphasise, it's 25% profit, not
profit. So obviously,
I'm very good at sums, 100 grand, 25 grand, but no, it's not.
It's on the profit, but it's still very. I mean, some of these profits are still very, very healthy.
And for saying, "Hey, Bob, you should talk to Rachel," and then I take a step back and
I do everything.
Say, where do we send your £1,000 mark? So,
so I literally do everything. So I put everything together. Proposal, seal the deal, everything. So, and manage the account as well. So you literally just pass us the name, and then if there's any uplifts, like I've just literally done an uplift for one of my introducers. He didn't know anything about it. I spoke solely with the customer, and he earned, I think it was about £400.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm interested.
I think it's amazing. I'm very passionate about it. We've then got the partner program, so that is slightly different. You have to do a little bit more for the money. So that one really is you liaising, finding out the requirements, what they need. Then you speak to me. I will help build the package. I'll support you all the way through. I'll be in the back, I set up everything for you, so you don't have to do any admin side it. But tendering, you would really, it would mainly be you. I mean, I can also go in on the tender, but I take a little bit of a backseater. But generally, these people are people that you have a good rapport with. They're, you know, well known to them. So, and for that, you would get 50% commission on.
Wow. But clearly you're doing a lot more for your money.
You're doing a lot more.
That would suit some people, but
we've got a number of partners that I work with closely. I speak to them every day. Also, as they build up their sort of, you know, their customers, and they might have lost, say for instance, 1 year, they've lost the deal, but then I will then remind them a couple of months before to go again for that deal. I keep it all stored, so they don't really have to think. So I'll just phone them up or send them a quick email and saying, oh hey, you know, just, it might be worth giving these people a call. We lost it last year, maybe worth tendering again. And that's sometimes, you know, go back in and win those contracts. So yeah, I think it's a great thing. As I said, it's free to join. You could just try it, see how you go. So there's no financial commitment from yourselves. You just not get to complete this agreement, which just gives us all peace of mind. We know exactly where we are. So
if people in the room now at Laptop Monday want to do that, make it happen, or talk to you, they can do so as soon as we finish this presentation. If people watching on YouTube or Facebook want to do that, then either get in touch with me and I'll put in touch with Rachel, or with sales at CoCredo if I'm looking to do some credit checking. But I'm going to say thank you very much to Rachel Smith and Jane Bray of CoCredo. I am now better educated than I was, which is the point. And hopefully other people have found it interesting too. So I'm going to say thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Pleasure.